Hi all, welcome to the channel. I'm Mark, this is Mark's Mod, and today we're going to do issue 27 of Build Your Own X-Wing. So, let's get modelling. Right, so we have got quite a bit to do in this issue. The first thing we need to bring over is this here, and then we need to bring over this here as well. And basically we're going to be putting in the little pipe work from like last time into it. So we're just going to put this piece in first here. It's really just more of a mirror image than it was beforehand. On the other side, so I want to start with the smallest piece so I can get that piece out of the way. And we'll just bob it in. Noticed on my videos I do say bob it in a lot, and I don't know why. Right, so this has to go in at an angle, and that's in place. Okay, so we'll get the next bit, which I'm going to go for this piece here. It is the largest of all the pieces, and that just needs to slot in just into the holes as before. Making sure I'm lining it up. I don't want to break the plastic. And sometimes lining up the holes is a lot harder than what you think. Okay then, because these two holes on the end have to go in at an angle, not straight down. And these are not wanting to play ball this evening. Right, so let's just get the tweezers on that so we can line this up properly. Right, so let's just lift this up a little bit. Right, so they really do not want to go in, so let's try putting them in first. Like I said, it is tricky because both of them are going in at an angle. Okay, so that one's in. So we've got one in. Let's get the other in. And that other's in. And now we can just slot the rest of that part down, which is done so far. Okay, so the next part I'm going to get is going to be this part here. It's got like a curve on it. And then this simply just slots in, starting down at the first little part we did, and then that slots in like so. So we've got that curved section there. The next part I'm going to get is this part here. And that simply just wants to bob in near to the end. Let's get that in. That's nicely in. Next I'm going to get this part here. Now by looking at this, it goes this way around. Again, the holes are at an angle, so might have a little bit tricky just getting this lined up. You got to also think that, you know, these bits of plastic are very thin and you don't want to run the risk of breaking them. Okay, so that's the next one in. Make sure that's all the way down. Yes. Okay, so the next part we need to bring over is this part here. Now you can tell because it's got 3 lugs on it, and this side we've got 3 holes for it, and it is slightly curved towards the end of it, so it's going to follow the curvature of this piece here. Now this is not wanting to line up whatsoever, so let's just do it a bit at a time, and that's bobbed in. And the last piece is this part here. I'm actually remembering where these go because we've done 3 of them so far in this build. So we did one for the other engine, obviously that was twice. We've got this one, and then obviously the other side, so it's becoming one of them things you can actually remember what you're doing. Could I do it without the pictures? Probably not yet. Okay, so we've completed that now. So now we need to move on to assembling the engine. Now what we need to bring across first of all is this sort of clear perspex part, and what it wants us to do is it simply wants us to put this into the 4 prongs. Now there is a bit of a notch on it here, and the notch needs to be at the bottom, but this part at the top here needs to be at the top, so make sure you put that in correctly. Okay, so we're going to bring across this part, and what we're simply going to do is we're going to drop this down into this part here. Now it does have a notch. Let me just show you in the close-up camera. I sometimes forget I've got this camera. You can see a notch there, and inside there is a notch, and you just want to be putting it in with them two aligned. So let's bob it in and push it down. So that is now pushed down. Okay, so we need to put that aside because the next thing we need to do is we need to bring over this LED lens, this here, and we're going to be putting it in to this part here. So let's get this in. Okay, now I'll go to close-up camera for this one. We have a slight notch at the top there. What we need to do is we need to bend the wire carefully the opposite way. So we've done that now. Okay, so the next thing is we need to bring over this part here, and we're just going to be threading the wire up through the hole here. Let's just bring that through, just getting caught on the number for the wire. So bring that through, and then we need to bring it back down through that hole. Okay, and now we need to pull it enough so that it can fit like that, like so. Right, so the next thing we need to do is we need to bring over the engine casing that we've just been working on, and we're just going to bob that wire through this hole through here. And next thing we need to do, we just need to pull that wire nice and gently, because the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be slotting this into place. So first of all, there's some grooves at the end for that lens with the LED. to go in. So let's make sure we get that in first, and I can hear it clicked in there. And then we need to make sure that we can put this in. Let's see. Now for some strange reason it doesn't want to go all the way to the end where it aligns up with the thing. So let's just take this lens part out, because what I reckon I need to do is I need to slot this in first. So let's slot that in to the housing, push down nice and carefully, then I slot this home like so. Okay, and that's that done. So we need to bring over this part we worked on before, and we're just going to simply slide that together all the way in like so. Okay, next we need to do is we need to get what they call a locking collar and put that over the end to lock that side down into place. That is quite tough. And then we need to bring over this part again, and following the groove here and the groove in there, we're just going to slide that on. And slide that down as far as it will go. And there you can hear it clicking, and quite a bit of force then. Okay, so I'll show that now on the close-up camera. And that is what that part is now looking like. And I do believe we can actually try and test this now. So let me get the test box for this model, which is this, and let's plug it in and hope for the best. Right, need to put some batteries in. They are AAA's, I do believe. So I'll take some AAA's out of my remote. Let me just unplug that so I don't short it when I put them in. I actually thought, oh, I haven't used this test box for a while the other day. And yeah, as soon as I take the batteries out of it, because I need to get some more AAA batteries, I need to use it. And if I turn off the lamp, and there we can see that in all its glory. There we go. That's very nice. I quite like the look of that. Okay, so we'll unplug that, and that's it for today's edition of X-Wing. Well, thanks for tuning in today and watching that X-Wing. Hopefully I'm going to get another 2 videos out tomorrow if I can, but we've had a bit of family issues, so it just all depends. But if you like this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified of any future videos. But as for now, bye for now guys. Bye.